had a discussion.
And I think you need to on budget.
Very important how we deal with this and whether we support what they're doing and whether we support them at a level that they can actually do what they need to do.
Mayor, I don't disagree. And I said the last 2 years, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying there are things coming at us out of the woodwork, harbor levels, you know, this recession. I don't know whether you've been reading the Economist reports lately. It is not good. And we dropped population in the south end last year. We're already hearing from businesses. There's tons of people coming, but they're not spending the money that they used to traditionally in the same spot. Bayfield has been finding this for the last 3 or 4 years. I think, quite honestly, it's fair to give them what they had last year, just at this stage. It doesn't take them out of the running. That's what I'm saying. If we have an agreement this year, if we develop an agreement that says we are going to contract out our tourism services and do so fairly, then I'd like to see a fair and accurate number. And if the chamber's the successful RFP, then we go with that. But I think there's some parameters out there that we have not had in other years, which is an economic development committee that the deputy is heading up. And I think I just don't think we can shortchange that. That is a huge endeavor for this municipality.
But that committee has $30,000.
Mayor, you can't. These are all arbitrary numbers. They're all arbitrary numbers.
That's what's in the budget, is $30,000 for the economic development.
But it's an arbitrary number. They may need 40, they may need 50. This is going to be the economic heartbeat of this municipality. I don't think you can handcuff them. That's why I asked the chamber, what's your bottom line? What do you need? And I think the response back was, well, what we had last year, we could get by with that. I'm not trying to say that they don't deserve it. I'm not saying that. I've been a huge proponent of the chamber doing this for the last 2 years. But I think you have a reality this year with this economic development committee, and you have a reality that tourist dollars are precious. So I'm trying to do the Solomon thing here and be fair to both. But
I guess so. Okay. Councillor Cook.
Just to respond to that, if you're going to have $30,000 for an economic committee that has not got anything started yet, why not give back at least the cost of the brochure that they've already invested their time and effort into and got it already printed? That's the final argument that'll make.
So you're
$21,376.20.
That's what you're amending the motion to? No?
No.
I guess the motion's on the floor, so that's the other one. It's for same as last year. Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, I mean, this is an excellent brochure, and I do really appreciate what they're doing, but as the mayor said, it is self-funded, right? And more. You can make money on these ultimately because of the advertising in it. So, yes, it's excellent. We're happy for that. But the question is, we really haven't defined clearly what we expect for this money. And I had said that before, and that's why I submitted those 18 points that we expect of tourism Sarnia-Lambton. So if there was a really clear delineation of what we're going to get for $21,000, because this doesn't qualify, because it covers itself. If beyond that, what we get for $21,000, then I'd be okay with supporting that. If I saw very clearly those same points that we expect of tourism Sarnia-Lambton would be fulfilled in Lambton Shores, then yes, I would give more money. But it's not defined.
Didn't the presentation say that we get the biggest bang for the buck? We get how many $1 million back by the tourism that comes into this area?
Well, we don't know. Those are all arbitrary numbers, of course, as well, right? That's possible, but we don't know for sure.
Every business agreement is going to close this summer, exactly, because they're not getting any business. I don't want to repeat what they just told us. They already give us the breakdown. They're providing the services already there. They've got the tourist information that's open 7 days a week in the summertime.
With volunteers.
We don't, not all volunteers. We have the paper help that comes there too. We've got student wages. We've got other things that go along with that too. There's other services that go along that I'm not even a member of the BIA or the Chamber of Commerce, but I'm still going to promote it because it's a business promotion that we need to promote.
I agree.
For Lambton Shores. The economic event, they may not even have 6 members. I'm not saying they won't, but they may not even have 6 members yet up and running by the time tourist season starts, which is going to be in May. We're not going to have anybody even on that committee for May for this year. Why not let the people that are already doing the job do the job? It's $21,000. Pretty cheap when you think about it. If you're going to hire an economic development officer, which is what the committee should be doing, they're going to have to put them on a contract for more than $21,000 for next year. So
could be
It's
even
pretty-
this year, and we can move forward
it's pretty
before the end
cheap-
of our term.
Pretty cheap funding. You're not getting anybody hired this year for economic development for Lincoln Shores, because you haven't got a
Never know.
committee already in place yet,
You never know. It
so.
should be going by the end of the month.
Point of
Wishful
order,
thinking.
we're
So,
debating
projecting
things
for
that
that.
don't exist at this point, so point of order.
so I would, that's up there.
So, the motion's on the floor for 16, here that
Last year's.
last year's rate. I think we should go higher, so if everybody's had their discussions, we'll call a vote. If the motion's lost, we'll have another motion. All in favor of last year's rate? Opposed? The motion's lost. I'm looking for another motion. Councillor Cook?
I'll make the motion that we spend $21,376.20, or give them $21,376.20 for this year.
So it's the chamber. Second by Councillor Lonsdale. Councillor Underwood?
Yeah, just want to say, like, when we started this whole thing, and it was going to be a 2-year agreement with the Chamber of Commerce, which was temporary until we came up with our own tourist information system. Now, one thing I've learned so far in the short period of time that I've been doing this is that it takes a long time to do things right now. So we want to do things right now, this year, right? So now we're into year 3, so we were over a 3rd year. We do have something here, which we can put on right now.
Had that for a number of years.
Yeah.
Different, just a
And
number.
I think it is important to cover the cost because it is a service that we're not doing, which we should be doing well, next year. We've got an economic development committee that's coming in, and we've got to use all the assets and resources we possibly can, and the resources of the chamber that are also in existence. I mean, if Susan can work with us for the future with all that experience, but we come under the umbrella of Lambton Shores, fantastic. We've got someone to move forward to. So even though I didn't want to go for a 3rd year, I'm going to support that motion.
This is just the second year.
No, we did 2011, 2012, now this is 2013.
This is the 3rd
The
year.
motion's on the floor for the 21. All in favor of that? Opposed? Carried. Break the tie. Okay, Janet, where are we with that? It's always, I don't know, I guess I have a comment about that. You're gonna, something's working and something's going and somebody's doing something that, to me, it's a cheaper alternative than trying to reinvent it and do it again.
Point of order, we want to discuss motions.
I know we don't.
It's concluded, let's move on.
Carried. Report 17, draft operating budget. Where do we want to go with this? We've got a report that has come back with what we've asked for. Deputy Mayor Dag?
Yeah, I have a few questions. One is the report that we were given that says that the increase in expenses at the very last line, last page, is actually 3.52 instead of 2.9 as it says in the report. Okay, so yeah, that would be reassuring for us to actually see the 2.9 as opposed to 3.52. Should be great. And the other thing is that I think that you're going to come back to us with kind of an explanation of that extra $1 million that seemed to be difficult to account for, and that would really give me assurance because we are the ones that have to defend our spending to the public, and at this point I'm finding it difficult to explain.
Basically, what I proposed.
Yeah, sorry, it's just.
Just took a summary of 22 budget and the oops,
Right.
Does this include
2013
I
proposed.
mean, it includes admin
It's
allocations, which is really.
basically your summary that you have right here. It takes the 2010 and compared to the 2013 proposed. And it's just a plus minus of the revenues and expenses and where the offsets are.
But the problem is that admin allocations really messes things up because it's not, it's guesswork. And we have to talk with real numbers. So if we're talking about what the cost of the blue water recycling is, which apparently is increased $101,000, and yet we're not